There are hurdles to climb when it comes to making great art, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So I've heard from people who are AI advocates say things like, well, it makes things more accessible. I can become a musician, I can become an artist, I can become a writer using AI in a way that I couldn't before. And, I think that act of just typing in a prompt and creating something, creating something, doesn't make you that thing. To me, it takes away the humanity of it. I think there is something beautiful and rewarding to having to become better at something. Look, when I first started this journey, I've been doing this for years and years, right? My very earliest draft of Princes of the Stars, which had a different name even back then, was when I was in high school. And I still have that earliest draft, and I read it sometimes, and it's horrible, right? I don't like it. And over time, I had to learn, right? I realized, okay, this isn't working. I need to read more. I need to write more. I need to practice. I listened to other writers and I got better. I can confidently say the version of Princess of the Stars I have right now is the best work I've ever done. And I've got plenty of friends who are musicians, who are artists, and most of them will cringe at their early work. But that means that they improved and they had to work hard and they had to hone their craft. One of my favorite musicians of all time is George Harrison. And in interviews, George would talk about how, his early songs weren't that great. But later on, he made such amazing songs like Something and While My Guitar Gently Weeps and My Sweet Lord and Beware of Darkness and so many other great ones because he had to work for it. And I think there is something special and something uniquely human about having to work at something and to hone your craft. Now, talk about the accessibility piece, help one another out, seek out advice, right? Lower those barriers to entry by lending a helping hand to others who are still trying to, improve. Of course, do that. But AI is just one big shortcut, and we should not be rewarding people taking those shortcuts. We should be rewarding and encouraging people who are putting the work in and putting putting their humanity and their soul into what they're creating. And I will always support real, genuine artists, writers, and musicians, and I hope you do the same.